Most cars are built to impress you for the first 5 years. They look sharp, they feel modern, they're packed with features. But after 120,000 or 150,000 miles, that's when reality hits. Transmission problems, oil consumption, electrical failures, $3,000 repair bills. But some cars are different. Some cars are engineered with longevity in mind, not just marketing. These are the vehicles that mechanics respect, that taxi drivers depend on, and that owners keep for decades. Today, we're diving deep into 10 cars that have proven they can reach 300,000 miles, and in some cases, far beyond. Let's start with one of the most underestimated champions of durability. The Toyota Camry doesn't try to impress you. It doesn't scream performance. It doesn't promise excitement. What it promises, quietly, is durability, especially models equipped with the 2.4L four-cylinder engine or the legendary 3.5L V6. These engines are not pushed to their limits. Toyota tunes them conservatively. That means lower internal stress, lower heat, lower long-term wear. Mechanics often say the Camry's biggest strength isn't any single component. It's balance. The automatic transmissions paired with these engines are traditional torque converter units, not complicated dual-clutch systems. That matters, because simplicity increases lifespan. There are countless real-world reports of Camrys crossing 300,000 miles with only routine maintenance. Oil changes, brake replacements, suspension refreshes, no catastrophic engine failures, no $6,000 surprises. It may not be the most exciting car in the world, but if your goal is longevity, the Camry is almost impossible to ignore. Honda approaches engineering differently, but with similar results. The K-Series engines used in many Accords are some of the most respected four-cylinder engines ever built. Strong internals, efficient design, high tolerance for mileage. Unlike many modern engines, older naturally aspirated Hondas didn't rely heavily on forced induction. Less pressure, less heat, less stress, and heat is the enemy of longevity. Another key factor, manual transmission availability in older models. Manual gearboxes, when maintained properly, often outlast automatics. Owners frequently report 280s, 320,000, even 350,000 miles. And here's something interesting. Mechanics rarely fear seeing an old Accord. That says a lot. The Corolla might be one of the most boring cars ever made, and that's exactly why it survives. Small displacement engines, lightweight body, low power output. Everything about it reduces stress. Stress destroys engines. High-revving turbocharged motors with extreme boost pressures look great on paper. But the Corolla's formula is different. Understressed components last longer. It's common to see Corollas from the early 2000s still daily driven today with 250K, 300K miles. Parts are cheap. Repairs are simple. Design is straightforward. It's transportation engineered for survival. Now let's talk about something fascinating. Luxury that lasts. The Lexus LS400 was Toyota's statement to the world, and they overbuilt it. The 1UZ FE V8 engine is legendary. Forged internals, exceptional balance, precision manufacturing. It was engineered to compete with German luxury cars, but with Japanese reliability philosophy. The result? Many LS400 owners have crossed 400,000 miles. That's rare for a V8 luxury sedan. Why? Because Lexus prioritized smoothness and durability over pushing limits. It's a masterclass in engineering restraint. In some parts of the world, the Land Cruiser isn't a luxury vehicle. It's survival equipment, used in deserts, mountains, remote areas with no service centers. The engines, especially the inline-6 and naturally aspirated V8 versions, are built for endurance. Body-on-frame construction increases structural durability. Thick components, overbuilt cooling systems, heavy-duty transmissions. It's not uncommon to see Land Cruisers crossing 500,000 miles globally. That's not marketing, that's reputation earned over decades. Now this car is special, not because it was loved, but because it was trusted. Police departments don't choose cars based on looks. They choose based on survival. The Ford Crown Victoria was designed with a body-on-frame layout, meaning the body sits on a separate steel frame. That matters, because body-on-frame vehicles absorb abuse better than unibody cars. Now add the 4.6L modular V8. This engine wasn't exotic. It wasn't pushing insane horsepower. It was understressed, low compression, simple design. Taxi fleets in New York and Las Vegas routinely push these cars beyond 300,000 miles. Some even reached 400,000. Why? Because simplicity scales, rear-wheel drive layout, traditional automatic transmission, large cooling capacity, no drama, no gimmicks, just mechanical endurance. And here's something interesting. When police departments finally stopped using them, it wasn't because they were unreliable. It was because of emissions regulations and modernization. That says everything. The Prius is one of the most misunderstood cars in America. People assume hybrid equals fragile, but reality says otherwise. The hybrid system actually reduces engine wear. Think about it. In stop-and-go traffic, the electric motor does much of the work. That means less engine strain, lower RPM spikes, reduced long-term wear. The gasoline engine in a Prius often runs at optimized efficiency ranges. And because regenerative braking reduces brake wear, even maintenance costs drop. Battery life? Early fears were exaggerated. Many Prius owners have crossed 250,000 to 350,000 miles on original battery packs, and replacement costs have dropped dramatically over the years. It's not flashy, but it's engineered for efficiency and durability, and efficiency often equals longevity. Subaru built its brand around balance, symmetrical all-wheel drive, boxer engine layout, low center of gravity. Now, not all Subarus are bulletproof. Turbocharged models require more careful maintenance, but older naturally aspirated Outbacks have proven surprisingly durable. The boxer engine distributes weight evenly and often runs cooler due to airflow dynamics. When owners maintain regular oil changes, cooling system care, head gasket awareness, these cars routinely cross 250,000 to 300,000 miles. They thrive in colder climates. They handle snow and rough terrain. Durability isn't just about the engine, it's about the full system working together, and Subaru engineered cohesion. Trucks live hard lives, towing, hauling, long highway miles, and yet the 5.3L V8 Silverado consistently shows up in high-mileage discussions. Why? Because pushrod engines are mechanically simple compared to many overhead cam designs, fewer moving parts, compact architecture, decades of refinement. The LS-based V8 platform has become legendary for durability. Contractors who depend on their trucks for income often push these vehicles past 300,000 miles, and that's a key indicator. When someone's paycheck depends on reliability, they choose what works. Is it perfect? No. Active fuel management systems in certain years require attention. But overall, the core engine architecture is extremely resilient. The Civic proves a simple truth. Lightweight engineering extends lifespan. Less mass means less stress on suspension, less stress on drivetrain, less stress on brakes. Honda's small displacement engines are efficient and mechanically balanced. They're not tuned to extremes. And because Civics are so common, parts availability is massive. That lowers long-term ownership cost. High-mileage Civics are everywhere. Delivery drivers, college students, commuters. It's not glamorous, but it's durable. And durability always wins in the long run. Now here's the real takeaway. Cars that reach 300,000 miles are rarely the most exciting. They are rarely the fastest, and they're almost never the most technologically advanced. They are engineered with restraint, and restraint creates longevity. If you want a car that lasts, avoid overcomplication, avoid extreme tuning, avoid chasing hype. Instead, chase proven engineering. Now tell me, what's the highest mileage car you've personally driven? And if your car isn't on this list, would you still trust it to reach 300,000 miles? Let's talk in the comments.